Hello everyone, welcome to Storytime in Seacliff. And the clue yesterday, I'll bring them up here, were little ducklings, right? And guess what the story is? Make way for ducklings. Yes, a great story. Ready, Oberon? The story begins with Mr. and Mrs. Mallard looking for a place to live. But every time they thought they had a nice place, something would not be just right. They had to make sure there were no foxes in the woods, no turtles in the water, and if they were going to raise their family of ducklings, they would not want to have any of those dangerous creatures around. So they flew on and on. Well, one day, they came to the public gardens in Boston. Oh, there was a beautiful a beautiful island in the middle of the pond. This looks interesting, they thought. And sure enough, they decided to check it out. Important that there be water, and there was water. So they were diving for fish, which is among their favorite foods. But not too many fish in this water. But they noticed a huge, very strange looking bird pushing a boat with people on it. Well, they very nicely said to the big strange bird, "Hello there." But the bird didn't answer. It wasn't real. No, it wasn't. But the people on the boat were certainly real, and they threw peanuts into the water. Oh, they loved the peanuts. Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Mallard said, this is a great place. But then, this is a little scary part, but don't forget, everything's going to work out just right in the end. A bicycle went by, and he did not even blow his little horn or ring the bell. Oh, they were so frightened. Mr. and Mrs. Mallard, no, this was not the place for them. So they left, and they flew, and they looked down. No, they needed water. That's not a good spot. No, that's not very good either. They kept flying over and over, looking for just the right place. Well, eventually they found a little spot along the Charles River, which is in Boston. And sure enough, there on the side and the shore, they decided it would be a perfect place to build a nest, which they did. And let's see, in that nest, Mrs. Mallard lay 8 eggs. Well, she stayed there, she and Mr. Mallard, and they waited for the eggs to hatch. They kept them nice and warm. And sure enough, one day, all 8 eggs hatched. And out came Jack, Cack, Lack, Mack, Knack, Quack, Pack, and Quack. Oh no, all 8. They were beautiful. And Mr. and Mrs. Mallard was so proud of them. Well, after a while, as they got a little bit bigger, Mr. Mallard said, "I'm going to explore down the river, and how about we meet back at the public gardens, and we'll be very careful of those bicycles." And Mrs. Mallard said, "Fine." She gathered her little 8 ducklings, and she said, "Let's remember all the lessons your dad and I taught you. We taught you how to swim, and we taught you how to work around in a nice circle, walking, and we showed you how to follow us. And that's what you're going to do, because we're off on an adventure." And there they came into the city. And they're about to cross the street, all 8 of them following Mrs. Mallard, all so eager to meet up with Mr. Mallard. "Oh no, quack, 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 There were so many cars. The traffic was so heavy. There was no way they could get across the street until a policeman came running to their rescue. His name was Michael. And look what he did. He stopped the traffic, and sure enough, there they go. Mrs. Mallard and her 8 little ducklings are crossing. But there are a lot more streets. There's a very, very big intersection. I don't know how that's going to work out. Oh, yes. Michael calls all his friends, the other policemen, and they're getting ready to help the Mallard family get across that busy intersection. There they're coming. They're coming to the street there, up and down. Oh, there, look at that. How great is this? Everyone is admiring them. And sure enough, whoa, look at this. This is the intersection I was telling you about. The cars are stopped all around by the policemen, and there, it's very hard to see, but there's Mrs. Mallard and the 8 little ducklings, and that's where they're headed, into the garden, the park. They march right in, but they're very polite. They turn around and thank all those very, very helpful policemen. But they're so excited because they know they're very shortly going to meet up with Mr. Mallard. Yes, there, it's hard to see again, but look over there. There's Mr. Mallard on top of this little island, and there they are, all 8 of them, following Mrs. Mallard, and they're swimming out. Well, this was such a perfect place. Sure enough, there was that big swan boat, and look at that. They're following them. The people are throwing peanuts into the water. Oh, it's wonderful. And that's what they did all day long. Mr. and Mrs. Mallard and the 8 little ducklings, back and forth. And then at night, they would swim to their little island, and all of them would sleep through the night. And that's the end of the story of Make Way for Ducklings. Love that story. All right, birthday. Let's see, we have 2 birthdays today. My friend Maria, it's her birthday. And my other friend, my little friend, is Hannah. It's her birthday. Hannah comes to Story Hour and with her little sister. And they also come to Pizza and Paperbacks. But now we're going to wish both Maria and Hannah a happy birthday. Our chocolate voters? Molly and Alice, very faithful chocolate voters. And Graham. Graham's voting for chocolate today. Ben and B, always chocolate for those 2. Vanilla? Audrey and Lila are voting for vanilla today. And Joseph? Joseph is a vanilla also. And I think we have Patrick and Hannah. Another Hannah, not the same Hannah. They're vanilla voters also. So let me count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 chocolate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 vanilla. A perfectly divided cake. Look at this. Half vanilla and half chocolate. Isn't that great? All right, so let's remember it's going to be Maria and Hannah for the birthdays today. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Maria. Happy birthday, dear Hannah. Happy birthday to you. So nice. Okay. All right, do you have a clue? Do you have a clue for us, Oberon? Oberon always has a clue. And sure enough, this is the clue. Look at it carefully. And this will be our story tomorrow. Goodbye for now, and thank you very much for joining us. And remember, I love you all very, very much.